we're gonna blast this ugly thing.
In this episode, Dr. Yana performs surgery on a bag, and we complete 8 months of ongoing projects. Be sure to watch previous episodes to see them all started.
Mixed Russian dentist and American engineer with 30 years age difference who throw it all away for ocean exploration.
Sell everything, fix the old boat, and sail away.
Time for big guns.
This is definitely the nastiest job I've ever been doing.
Never too late to see the world through our channel. Subscribe and share the adventure.
Hello, Don Hunters. I'm Captain William.
And I'm Dr. Yana. Welcome back to the channel.
Finally, after 8 months, our projects are all coming to a head. We're getting everything on the boat. Make sure that you watch to the end.
Special announcement. Now to the episode.
Today we're gonna start attacking this rust with a sandblaster. So I'm gonna do some testing, make sure I can fine tune the system. This guy's a little bit old, maybe not as old as me, but we'll get it figured out. Stay tuned. Always gotta lubricate that before you put it on, so it doesn't get ruined.
William always licks all kinds of crap that's not supposed to be licked.
A media blaster, or sandblaster in common terms, mixes high air pressure, high air flow with a media that when it hits the boat, in this case, the media drills a little hole through the paint, and when it hits the steel, it explodes, and when it does, it blows the paint backwards. Proper media blasting, the flow, the sand, the pressure, and your backing material is important to know. So we're going to fill the pot with sand. We've already gotten the air compressor properly tuned, and now we're going to start tuning the pot.
Looks like William is getting ready for the test. I'm not sure if it was a proper tuning out there.
Where'd you go?
I was scared.
Scared of me or scared of the machine? Or
Both.
All right, that was a whole 2 seconds. So look at the wheel. Old wheel. 3 seconds later. New wheel.
Huh. Okay.
So now we're ready to go up on the boat and do a little testing in spots. If everything looks great, then we're going to put a tarp so everything drops straight down and then start media blasting away.
Hey, someone should have told me this was a dirty job.
Stab it like an old boyfriend. Come on, gut that little thing.
So heavy.
20 more bags to go.
For real? Ooh, wow. I'm gonna go ahead and mask all the stainless holes around with the masking tape. So William went to check and add more air in the machine, but apparently he just found out that the line has a hole in it. He's gonna go to the shop and see if he has a spare part for it. Hard work pays off. What is there? I don't even know. William's friend bought us this nice pizza, so we decided we're gonna have it right here on scaffolding. Here you go, boat work. Pretty good. Wow.
Playground.
Is it like snow here? Crazy.
Sandbox. We've got the mast base completely cleaned off. Also, I now understand why the mast base is rusting. Just like in the mizzen mast, there's water sitting in the bottom, which is then slowly leaking out all over the base and causing rust underneath the epoxy that was applied. So I just removed all the epoxy, all the resin, all the stuff that's been there for I don't know how many years, and got right down to the bottom of the problem. I had the dinghy davit system designed, put it on the boat, and as always, what you do on a drawing board doesn't exactly work the same on a boat. So I took it back down again, heavily modified it, and now I have the correct pivot pins on the bottom, double supports. I added a couple of cross braces. I added 2 mounts for downward facing lights, a suggestion from one of the people here at the yard. And I also put eyelets on and pulleys. So effectively the only thing that is the same when I started are the tubes. So now we're about to finally mount it.
It looks like we are having technical difficulties. I hope he's not gonna crash our scaffold. The problem with this guy is that he always thinks he knows what he's doing. But that's not always necessarily true. Quick update! We have to take it down because it's upside down. We have a saying in Russia, don't do things fast because then the people are gonna laugh at you. That's exactly...
Saying, don't interrupt the engineer with groceries.
No one even hears you.
When welding stainless steel, it has a lot of properties that are different than regular steel, but the tolerances that I'm working on here, I want it to be very close so that when we're hitting really bad weather, things aren't moving and shaking, rocking around. This complete lift drops down to the water. The dinghy connects on both sides, and with a pair of winches, it pulls the whole dinghy back up over the swim platform and then positions it where this is. So now I have to do some fine tuning now that it's on the boat. But it's home, it's not coming back down again. The final and last frontier, portholes. I've been saving these to the very end. Actually rotted all the way around where the gasket goes because they're exposed to the exterior wind and rain and salt. They really should have been designed with an angle, but they're flat, so the water sits in there. So what they did over the years is they kept putting body and fiberglass there because to fix it properly, you've got to cut out the complete circumference of where it contacts the porthole and then weld in a whole complete new one. So I've designed stainless steel rings that then get welded around the exterior. So those rings will slide in place of the steel. There'll be a rubber gasket behind it, and then we will have functioning portholes again.
So here you guys can see how bad it is. And apparently when we just bought the boat, I was checking on the porthole and I opened it, and the owner, Richard, like, no, don't open it. Apparently they sealed all the portholes so they don't open, they like shut.
Fiberglass resin, body putty, whatever would seal the window from leaking. So the good news is they didn't leak. The bad news is they're not really windows. Finally, the mizzen mast, ready to go back to the boat. We put on a new LED light. We put on a lightning arrestor, new VHF, and Wi-Fi antenna mounts. The crow's nest cage is finished. The crow's nest bottom is finished. It'll have teak to be mounted further down the mast. We have the new Garmin 24 HDX radar mount, the mount for a lower Wi-Fi antenna, all new rigging, new halyards, new lines, and also we cut away the 2 inches of rotted mast at the bottom, raised that 2 inches on the mast support mount that is on Dawn Hunter.
So now we're gonna roll it back to the boat from the shop because we have to start organizing rigging, soon to be back up. Time to show you guys my little project. Some of you in the comments said that it should be called not a crow's nest, but a Yana's nest. What I did yesterday is cut the board, laid them with the glue, and then screwed them with clamps and left them overnight. Actually, William been teaching me a lot of woodworking in the last couple of days. I think I'm getting better. Let me know what you guys think of it. Is it a good job or like so-so? Now I'm going to take this pattern and lay it on top of it and cut those boards to the pattern. What I like about coming to William's engineering shop is that I kind of can keep an eye on things. See what's going on here, what's new. What is this? Do you guys want to see that? I do. Well, that definitely looks like a motor to me. It wasn't here yesterday. I wonder why would he need a motor? Our motor is fine. Maybe he's fixing this for someone. Doesn't look new either. It's like kind of old.
Hey!
Hey, what?
What are you uncovering here?
What are you hiding here? That's the question. His look, I don't like his look. What's that for?
We got super lucky.
We got super lucky.
Yeah.
Can you expand?
The guy called and said he had a motor available. I've been thinking about the one thing I didn't like about Dawn Hunter is it doesn't have a get-home engine. Sure, it has sails. So I kind of went and looked at it and used the measurements, and I think I'm going to put it in.
No way.
Yeah. So,
so this is our get-home engine?
Well, it's a small, it's like 30 horse, but with a correct transmission that's already here.
Aren't you supposed to tell me those things before you get them?
No,
because
I'm supposed to tell you those things before
we're
I
like
put
a
them
team
in
kind of stuff.
I tell you before we put them in the boat, not before we get them. Small detail. You know the
What
English
are you gonna
language.
do with this, man?
The English language is.
I think if you're getting a thing for a house, basically about our house, you're supposed to tell me.
Well, yeah. If it was for the kitchen, I'd tell you. This is for the man's room, the engine room, the cave, the tool room. All you guys are going to understand what I'm talking about. Man cave is the engine room. That's why it was very important I had a place that I could sit. I can go down there and paint, read.
Cutting you off. Great work. I got a workbench.
1 hour of labor, 2 hours of damage.
Smells delicious. Wanna smell some teak?
Excellent. How about some Russian?
No, I shouldn't be smelled right now. Boatyard shower. Before I start sanding it, we're gonna go and check on the mast to see how it fits, because there is nothing else I hate more in this life than doing something twice.
Clearly we don't have anything that is urgently needed to be done today, because we're building a floor for Yana's nest, which has all the requirements of a safe voyage at sea.
I like that's how the SWE popped up right away when all he did is carry this thing. Now we are building it, and I said I'm gonna go check on the crow's nest, and he's like, you're not going alone? Well, so then go and don't complain. Huh. The moment of truth. Looks pretty good actually, because that was supposed to be cut anyway, right? That part.
Yeah, they look nice.
I keep waiting for the compliment to arrive from my beautiful job skill, and all I heard was, yeah, it's gonna look nice. This is not how you like inspire your workers.
You never compliment anyone until the job is done. You have a lot of standards, but it looks excellent. On the pilot house, we took the teak rails from the old boat, designed and integrated them into the fiberglass insulated top. Very top solar panel will be mounted on the stainless steel rail, and that solar panel will slide out over the starboard side and the same on the port side, providing shade for the windows, providing double the solar surface area, and also grab rails for safety. Coming to the back of the pilot house hardtop, the lower of the three solar panels is mounted on a slide system. So it will slide back all the way to the dinghy davit mount, thus providing cover over the top of us. And in between there will be a canvas latticed sun protector. So we will have a total of 6 solar panels, 340 watts each, when we're at anchor or when we're in a stable position. Otherwise, we will have 4 solar panels exposed to the sun, with the 2 that are over the back deck and the 2 that are stationary. Many of you are going to ask what kind of slide design. There are a million different types and ways, but when you're outside with sun and salt and rain, this will be very simplistic. As a piece of UHMW, not starboard, UHMW, will be machined and integrate into a channel, and this will then allow this to slide. It's not high speed, it's easy. The rain and the sun and the salt water is not going to affect this. A little bit of lithium grease on the top, so this will be the slide system for the lower solar panel.
We're looking a little bit like miners today. We are cutting the hole in the floor, in our beautiful bedroom floor, because William's idea of master allocation finally is expanding and going to the final mode.
To reality.
To reality.
And as always, perfect execution requires modification. We really need to have access to both sides so that we can keep the bottom painted, check it, keep it clean. So at the same time, rather than making one little hole for the mast support tube, I decided to make a complete axis, and then we can weld all the way around. While I was down here working in the mine, I found a present for you.
Where is it?
This jewel.
No! Shit. What?
Make sure you get all the hair. Well, it was growing around this box. This Amazon box. It was all growing down there.
It's not moldable, it's pieces of the rug.
Well, I wasn't going near it.
So do you think the floor is salvageable under there?
Probably not.
Okay, my theory is correct. Look at that.
I'm worried about dangers hanging on the top of the mast. I think there's more dangers growing inside. All right, overboard. In the hole. is why everything in this boat is not simple. Look at the thickness of the flooring. That is multi-laminated solid wood. This is the existing mizzen mast support tube that goes from the upper deck all the way through the floor into the keel. The new one will be going here 22 inches back, which will give us access to the doors for storage. We can still use it for climbing in out of bed. The door will still open. So it's going to be in this proximity. I had to build a support plate out of 1/2-inch steel. Will then come through and we will be welding tomorrow in place. So now we have access. We have a solid parallel plate.
All this while, we didn't know that the portholes were also leaking that bad that bottom of our hull rusted. This porthole behind me, all the water from it was running down to the bottom of the boat hull, and then it would sit in between epoxy and the hull. They would be painting over it, but then the water would come again and again, and that's why the hull rusted over there in multiple areas. So there's like maybe 5 holes over there.
Something else I just found interesting. There is a hole from the bottom bilge into the keel. So right here, if water would back up far enough, up in here, it would go inside the keel. Probably not hurting anything because this keel is strong as a tank, but good that we're getting to the bottom of it, because if you had too much water sitting in the keel, especially if it's salt water, it would start to rust the keel from the inside out. So all you naysayers out there, what do you think about us getting things finally on the boat?
Yeah, you guys been commenting forever for William to finish his project. It looks like he actually checking them out.
Checking them off.
Checking them off. Yeah.
You're checking them out.
Yeah, you're checking them off. He's checking them off. Anyways, now to the special announcement.
We are going to do a live on December 19th. That's a Saturday, to answer all the questions that you have had to date and the questions that for sure you're going to have after this video and the next one. So get those notepads out and get ready.
Everything you guys gonna leave below the previous videos, below this videos, and 2 more videos, or anywhere on Facebook. I'm just gonna collect that all, and we're gonna talk about this in December 19th. Make sure everyone who missed us last time, yes, you know I'm talking to you, don't do that again. Make sure you watch us live on December 19th.
Back to work. Thank you, Jack Keller from Texas.
Yes, thank you so much. Our 3rd patron. As someone said under the last video, we are growing 50%.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard. Thank you for your support. See, it's not that bad. The wood is still there.
Wood's still on our countertop too.
It's just blue. Hey.